Приветствую вас, дорогие друзья, с вами ГРЕЙ. Пусть в вашей душе станет немножко теплее с игры Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes. Мы идем как раз делать третий ключ горячим, и нам позвонил неожиданно мастер Миллер, чтобы рассказать про Наоми Хантер.
Fox die. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people.
В общем-то, нам рассказывает, что Наоми Хантер...
What are you trying to say?
It's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, I mean Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Fox die kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it.
Ну, в общем, он нам говорит, что она вколола нам вирус под названием ФОКС, который вызывает сердечный приступ, который до этого убивал еще и других людей.
What's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages toward the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Ну, а полковник ее посадил под арест. Так как выяснил, что она общалась с кем-то из террористов. Она, в общем, общалась с кем-то на Аляске, но неизвестно с кем.
Call me if you find out anything.
So, it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox die vaccine must be around somewhere.
Is that all you think about?
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
В общем, мастеру Миллеру вакцина зачем-то нужна, правда, зачем непонятно. Уж его-то точно не укололи. Так. Тут у нас камера, если не ошибаюсь, да. Она будто бы выключена. Кстати, еще проверить неплохо бы на клейморы. Серьезно, их здесь нет? Это весьма странно. АМАЗ мне точно не нужен. Клейморы. Да, камера почему-то просто выключена. Ну, может, ремонтники ее на техобслуживание садили. Точнее, оставили. Все-таки, как мы помним, бригада техников здесь высший класс. Уж они-то умеют работать. За считанные минуты устанавливают камеры с пулеметами, которые работают просто великолепно. Ну, не то чтобы совсем великолепно, но хорошо. Как минимум работают хорошо. Так, в общем-то, нам нужно сделать наш ключ теперь горячим. Мы идем туда, где была лава, по счастливому стечению обстоятельств. Это еще и мини-завод с плавильней, где текет магма. Да, и мы пришли прям за спину солдатику. Весело. Ой, не орите. Прям в уши. Не, ну это ж бред. Конечно, механика тихой ходьбы, особенно геймпадом. Немножко, который... Так, что от нас хотят? Мне, кстати, интересно, на самом деле. Ну, допустим, он что, нас никак не должен заметить? Ну, заметил. Так, в итоге, что от нас хотели, я не понял. Это максимально глупо, конечно, выглядит. Но походу один из лучших вариантов. Так, где? Ну что ж, ключ сам изменится. Нам не нужно, ну, нам не нужно открывать вот эту менюшку, чтобы смотреть, как это было в оригинале. Он изменится вполне себе сам. На самом деле сложно представить, что должно быть с человеком в такой близи от магмы. Ну, какое-то время, может, конечно, и нормально, но жар, скорее всего, дикий. Спрячемся вот где-то здесь. Думаю, вполне себе место подходящее. Потому что я пока запаузюсь, потому что, ну, не знаю, сколько ждать. Хотя вот минуту подождем. Подождем вместе. А, вот, кстати, видите, он стал стандартным. То есть, в отличие от оригинала, где он сразу становился нужной температуры, здесь он переходит из одного в другое. Стал, типа, стандартной комнатой. Серьезно, дверь открывается перед охраной. Вау. Это я, конечно, вижу впервые. То есть, все-таки работает. Нам не нужно прям над лавой прям стоять. Может быть, просто чуть быстрее это будет. В принципе, логика в этом определенная есть, как по мне. Ну, ключ и тут изменит свою температуру. Вообще, хотел спросить, как у вас там дела? Как настроение? Беспокоят ли вас кишечные колики? Какую игру последние играли? Смотрели ли второй сезон Ведьмака? По-моему, он сейчас уже не на хайпе, но в целом таких максимально хайповых сериалов на данный момент. Я, конечно, смысл его смотреть не из-за хайпа, а из-за того, что он, по идее, должен быть любопытным, как минимум. Как по мне, второй сезон лично для меня оказался чуть интереснее первого. Но почему-то, насколько я знаю, именно фанаты его типа захейтили совсем сильно. Так, ключ готов. Так, тут я пока запаузюсь уже, наверное. Хотя, может, и не буду паузиться. Нет, запаузюсь я в другом месте. Где тяжело пройти мимо охраны без тревоги. Вот там я паузу поставлю. Скорее, если не ошибаюсь, у нас еще должен будет быть звонок. По поводу Наоми.
Dr. Naomi working with the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either.
But if what Colonel Campbell says is true...
I know. Nastasha. Have you ever heard of
Nastasha.
Fox die? No, sorry. I'd never heard of it.
Oh well, forget about it.
А чё так? Он, кстати, тогда скажет насчет этого.
Dr. Naomi's an enemy spy? I can't believe it.
I don't want to believe it either, but...
Snake, leave it to Colonel Campbell. You've got to concentrate on re-inputting that detonation code.
You're right.
Да, в общем, оставляем это на полковника Камбала. Камбала. Черт. Отлично. Поменял фамилию Камбала. Полковника Кэмпбелла типа оставляем. Ну да, у змея тут, по сути, головной боли хватает. Кругом охрана, кругом проблемы. С этими ключами еще. Так, камера до сих пор не работает. Хоть что-то хорошее. Так, Посмотрим, будет ли здесь звонок. Вроде бы будет, если я не ошибаюсь. Стая Рейвена до сих пор не покидает это место. Так, тогда пока я паузюсь и вернусь к вам уже непосредственно у терминала.
Naomi, what the hell?
Звонок таки состоялся, но в другом месте теперь.
I'm on a different
Не как
codec.
было в оригинале.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know anything. My parents' faces, my name.
Будет весьма
The
долгая
name and
речь.
ID I have now I just bought. But the reason why I study genetics, that was true.
Because you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965.
В общем, Наоми нам рассказывает, что она не знает никого, что найдена она была в Родижии, которая находится где-то в Зимбабве.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long. Until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes. Frank Yeager.
В общем, она рассказывает, что ее нашел Фрэнк Ягер. И, в общем-то, скажем так, усыновил ее. Именно Фрэнк Ягер является тем самым Грей Фоксом и киберниндзей, с которым у нас уже был бой, который мы, само собой, выиграли.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who's he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. But then he and my brother went back to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound.
В общем-то, за то, что он и убил Грея Фокса в Занзибаре, она хотела ему отомстить.
Your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes, that's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments.
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterward, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me.
Я тут взял попкорн, потому что страсти прям горят и кипят.
I think he just came here to fight you.
Просто голливудский
I wasn't sure
блокбастер
before,
смотрим.
but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox. Naomi, tell me something.
About FOXDIE? FOXDIE is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. FOXDIE contains smart enzymes, created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA.
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart. where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack.
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then the victim dies.
Apoptosis. You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi,
What?
you must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox dye.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox dye as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that... No. That's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing that I wanted to tell you was... Snake...
Hey! What are you doing?
В общем, как сказал Наоми, что оказывается не именно она
Snake.
хотела вколоть, а это было частью операции, то бишь
Naomi?
Snake, I
по
can't
факту
allow Naomi to
змея
make any
хотели
more
устранить
unauthorized transmissions.
с самого начала,
Naomi's been removed from this
как и многих, кто был
operation.
What
причастен.
happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox dye was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
PAL code number 3 confirmed. PAL code entry complete. Detonation code activated. Ready for launch.
No! Why? I deactivated it.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when I decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
Well, for starters, I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. We thought we'd get the info from you, but there was Fox dye.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning? Just to get me to input the detonation code?
You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the
В
Fox
целом
dye
мастер
vaccine
Миллер
to
нам
me.
рассказывает о своем
Their
плане, как
ace in
он
the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan
хотел
to
получить
use you
данные
was
по
already
ключам.
successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come to where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
В общем, мастер Миллер, окажется, уже
You've been
3 дня
talking
как
to.
мертв.
Me, dear brother.
Liquid. How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
В общем, в итоге, как выясняется, нас обманул Ликвид и манипулировал нами. Вывел из строя Наоми. И именно поэтому он хотел узнать, есть ли какое-то некое противоядие против вируса, так как Фокс, да, это как он сам уколот. Так, у нас единственный вариант попробовать позвонить Такону, так как единственный, кто внутри базы нам может
Snake,
помочь.
that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
Давайте попробуем подождать пару минут.
I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
Быстро, надо сказать. А камеры опять заработали. Так, давайте их вырубим с помощью Chaff Grenades. У вас их, конечно, мало.
Liquid!
Snake, did you like my sunglasses? Oh, you'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. You performed quite well, I must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn, Snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us, so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged along with bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox Die.
Fox Die? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Die's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder... Maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Die's program. Oh well, doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Die vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Yeah? Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus were killed by Fox Die. But Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
A bug in the virus's programming?
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
So it's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all of the old man's dominant genes. I got all the flawed, recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
So you're saying I'm the dominant one?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Ha! Love? It's hate. His choosing me, knowingly, to be the inferior one? For this, I want revenge. You don't even understand this. You, who could kill your own real father. You stole my chance for revenge. Now I'll finish the work that Father began. I will surpass him. I will destroy him!
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you. Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes. You missed your last chance. You'll regret that forever.
Snake! Come! Kneel down and sacrifice yourself to this historic weapon! Consider it an honor! A gift from your brother!
Now!
You shall bear witness to the demon weapon that will drag the world
Into the 21st century!
Stop it!
Как-то нужно будет остановить. Почему он акробат только во время роликов?
I am a military analyst and an expert on high-tech weapons, but I do not know anything about Metal Gear. Why don't you ask Dr. Emmerich?
Дельно, кстати, мысль.
Snake, Rex's armor is impregnable. You can't do any damage with the weapons you've got. Rex uses the latest advances in compound armor. The only way you can pierce it is with a high-performance heat round.
So what do I do?
Rex's pilot seat operates exactly like a VR system. It's got multiple sensors connected to a high-tech interface used for the controls. It's completely self-enclosed and shut off from the outside environment.
He's not using his naked eyes.
That's right. So if you could somehow destroy the sensors... Do you see that round plate on Rex's left arm?
Yeah, that thing that looks like a shield.
That's a radome. If you can destroy that thing, it won't be able to use its electronic equipment.
So he'll be blinded.
Yeah. Try to hit that radome with a
В
stinger
общем, мы должны его ослепить, сбив его некую радар, систему радара, которым он отслеживает все, что вокруг происходит. Сканирует, точнее.
In an emergency, it will open up. Rex's armor is perfect. You can't destroy it.
You told me that already.
But the interior is a different story.
I get it. First I destroy the radome. That will force him to open up the pilot's seat.
Right. If you can shoot a missile into the cockpit, you'll destroy the computer control system.
You intentionally designed it with a weak point.
It's not a weak point. More like a weakness. People and weapons just aren't very appealing without a weakness of some kind. Don't you think?
I guess so. I owe you one, Icon.
Так. Давайте с Кэмпбеллом свяжемся.
Destroy Metal Gear. We're out of time. If you can't do it, I'll have to resort to my last option.
Last option.
We have a submarine prepared to deliver a full nuclear strike on the base.
What the hell?
Хотят сами долбануть ядерным оружием. Молодец, конечно. Диптрот. Он редко нам помогает. Мастер. Нет. Да блин, я очень хотел с Мэйлин попробовать связаться.
Snake, there's nothing I can do to help you. All I can do is cheer you on. Come on, Snake, you can do it.
Полностью согласен. Так, ну что же. Бронежилет нам точно не повредит. Так. Музыка, конечно, максимально так, плохо подобрана, если честно. Так, вернусь на целом. Пилимся, живем, пытаемся в случае жить. Нормально устроился парень. Вообще, конечно, попадания не чувствуются. Да и броня тут не особо-то сильно мне помогает. Так, что у нас вообще тут? Тут я отхватил кое-чего интересного.
Did that do it? Damn!
Nice try, Snake!
Hurry! Get away! Gray Fox!
A name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat.
So it is you.
You look terrible, Snake. You haven't aged well.
I'll send you back to hell!
Fox, why? What do you want from me?
I'm a prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you.
Naomi.
You're the only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. Oh, I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood, to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
Outwardly, we may have seemed like contented brother and sister. But every time I looked into her eyes, I trembled with fear. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving.
Fox! In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use royal harriers.
Fox!
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
A cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal! He destroyed the radome.
Impressive. You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox. But now you're finished.
Now, fire the stinger!
Fox! Can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Now, in front of you, I can finally die.
Кстати, вот в свое время это было шоком, то, что вот нужно было убить Грея Фокса своими руками, то бишь такой вот манипулятивный момент от кодзимы. Но, насколько помню, первый раз вроде бы я не хотел прожимать. Но если даже нажать кнопку, змей скажет, что он не может этого сделать сам.
Die! Fox!
Snake! We're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake. Farewell.
When death is entreated, the battle is decided. You see, you can't protect anyone. Not even yourself.
Фу, раунд 2. А, да, и мы тут же Так, отлично. Рацион в тему. В общем-то и бандаж. Много, кстати, целей. Да, я тоже тебя вижу, дружочек. Кое-где пирожочек. А можно прицелиться, алло? Прицелиться нельзя. Чё ты орёшь? Бойся. О! Готов, касатик.
I'll crush you into dust!
Ну, по крайней мере, мы победили.
Sleeping late as usual, eh, Snake?
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die. As long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I'm done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
The restoration of the era when warriors such as us lived as we should.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict shall breed conflict, new hatreds will arise, and our own biosphere shall steadily expand.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't that reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie. So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing, that's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face as you delivered the coup de grace. Oh, it reflected such vitality.
You're wrong.
There is a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was a man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method?
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus, and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So, it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But unlike us, they carry it digitally. With the completion of the Human Genome Project in the last century, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted using gene therapy into the members of the next generation special forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing right and left are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The Genome Soldiers?
They are misshapen creatures, artificially produced from Father's genetic pattern. They are our blood brothers, and they were born of many an ultimate sacrifice.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments. Huh? 1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to pesticides and radiation from depleted uranium rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First, they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical, biological weapons, the poison gas detection units, and the anti-sarin injections. They were all just to cover up the secret genetic experiments.
So the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes. They too are our brothers and sisters.
So the Genome Soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We're on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The Genome Soldiers suffer from the same problem, signs of symmetry. So do I, as do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? Because it increases the chances that shared genes will be transmitted to future generations. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. That we will help our blood relatives is inscribed in our very genes.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the Genome Soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then I'm going to go beyond, in order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you. Look behind you.
Meryl? Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl?
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name?
I have a name.
No. We have no past, no future. If we did, our fate is nothing but what is determined in the genes we inherited from our father.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me!
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that,
В общем, Пентагон
B-2
хочет
bombers
разбомбить
just lifted
всю
off from
базу.
Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence, along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may be only a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You'd better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. Huh? What are you doing?
Полковника схватили.
Melee, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it!
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty. This is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Hausman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he is a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
The President ordered this?
The President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Damn it! You'll be murdering
В общем,
everyone
этот
here.
парень собирается
The
рассказать то,
scientists,
что
the genome army,
база
everyone.
будет
The
разбомблена
DARPA chief is already dead.
So you
террористами
didn't mean to
якобы.
kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. You're just the lingering ghosts of a system that is no more. Well, do try to get along in the time you have left before the bomb.
Oh, there's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike. You stole everything from me. I shall nullify you and your genes, and I will take them all back. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? This will be the time limit for our final battle. When death comes for this girl, this nuclear module shall vanish from this world as well. If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. And if you cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it'll kill even you. Have at you, Snake!
Что ж, друзья, на этом всем спасибо за просмотр. Можете поставить лайк, подписаться на канал, если вам понравилось, написать даже комментарий какой-нибудь вероятный. И вы можете помнить, что я люблю вас всех. Да хранит вас Господь. Всем пока-пока.